God says, listen closely, my beloved soul. Before you scroll away, before your mind tells you this is just another message, pause for a moment and breathe. You did not arrive here by accident. You did not see these words randomly. There is a reason your eyes stopped right here, and that reason is deeply connected to what is about to unfold in your life. I know you have been waiting. I know you have been praying quietly, sometimes with words and sometimes with tears. I know there were nights when you questioned whether anything was changing at all. But what you could not see was that something was shifting behind the scenes, something was aligning, something was preparing to move in your favor in ways you could not imagine. You are stepping into a season of overflow. Not just a small improvement, not just a slight breakthrough, but a season where what once felt dry will begin to flow again. The things that seemed delayed will begin to move. The doors that looked permanently closed will begin to open in ways that surprise even you. Overflow does not mean perfection, and it does not mean life without challenges, but it means that no matter what stands in front of you, there will be more than enough strength, more than enough provision, more than enough peace to carry you through it. You have been in a season of learning, stretching, growing, and sometimes enduring. That season was not punishment. It was preparation. There were moments when you felt overlooked. Moments when others seemed to be moving ahead while you remained in the same place. Moments when you wondered if your efforts even mattered. But nothing you have done in faith has been wasted. Every act of patience, every silent prayer, every time you chose kindness when you could have chosen bitterness, every time you held on when it would have been easier to give up, all of it has been seen. Overflow is not random. It is the result of seeds planted long before you ever saw the harvest. And now the ground beneath your feet is beginning to change. This season of overflow will first begin inside you. It will start with clarity. You will begin to see things differently. The confusion that once clouded your decisions will begin to fade. You will recognize what aligns with your purpose and what does not. You will feel a new confidence growing, not arrogance, not pride, but a quiet certainty that you are not alone and that your steps are being guided. That inner shift is the first sign that something greater is unfolding. From that inner clarity will come external change. Opportunities will appear that once seemed distant. Conversations will happen at the right time. Connections will form naturally. You will find yourself in the right place without forcing it. And when these things begin to happen, do not question whether you deserve them. Do not shrink back out of fear. Do not talk yourself out of the blessing because it feels unfamiliar. Overflow often feels unfamiliar at first because you have grown used to surviving. Now you are learning how to receive. You may have grown comfortable in scarcity, not because you wanted it, but because it became familiar. You learned how to make do. You learned how to stretch what you had. You learned how to stay strong even when resources were limited. Those lessons built resilience in you. But this next season is not about barely getting by. It is about stepping into abundance in a balanced and grounded way. Abundance of peace. Abundance of joy. Abundance of wisdom. And yes, in the right time and way, abundance in your practical needs as well. Do not measure overflow only in money. True overflow begins with peace that remains even when circumstances shift. It is the kind of peace that keeps your heart steady. It is the kind of joy that does not depend on temporary results. It is the kind of strength that allows you to face challenges without fear. When your inner world is overflowing with stability and trust, your outer world begins to reflect that alignment. There will be restoration in areas where you thought nothing could grow again. Relationships that felt strained may soften. Distance may close. Understanding may increase. And where something cannot be restored, you will receive the grace to release it without bitterness. Overflow also means freedom from what no longer serves your growth. You are not meant to carry old weights into a new season. Some things must fall away so that your hands are open to receive what is prepared for you. You are stepping into a season where your voice will matter more than you realize. Ideas that once stayed in your mind will begin to find expression. The gifts that you once hid out of fear will begin to surface. You will feel a push, a gentle but persistent nudge, encouraging you to step forward instead of shrinking back. That nudge is not pressure. It is guidance. It is a reminder that you were not created to stay small. There may be moments of doubt even in this new season. That is natural. Growth always brings unfamiliar territory. But do not let temporary doubt cancel a permanent promise. When doubt whispers that nothing is changing, look at how far you have already come. Look at the strength you carry now compared to before. Look at the wisdom you have gained. Those are signs that movement has already begun. Overflow will also test your willingness to trust. When doors open, you must choose to walk through them. When new beginnings appear, you must choose to embrace them. The blessing is not only in what is given to you, but in how you respond to it. Gratitude will multiply what you receive. Humility will protect it. Faith will sustain it. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. And you are not behind. Your timing is intentional. What is meant for you cannot be taken from you, and what passes you by was never meant to stay. As you step into this new season, let go of comparison. Let go of fear. Let go of the belief that you must struggle forever to be worthy. You are stepping into overflow because you have been prepared for it. Now receive this with an open heart. Do not rush away from it. Sit with it. Reflect on it. Let these words settle within you. Because the shift does not begin tomorrow. It begins the moment you believe that something greater is possible for you. And as you move forward, carry this truth: you are not entering this season alone. Guidance is with you. Protection surrounds you. Provision is aligning for you. What once felt blocked will begin to flow. What once felt empty will begin to fill. What once felt uncertain will begin to stabilize. This is your season of overflow, and it is unfolding step by step. You are still here for a reason, and that reason goes deeper than you think. When I told you that you are stepping into a season of overflow, it was not just about blessings appearing overnight or sudden changes that shock everyone around you. It is about a divine restructuring of your life from the inside out, a quiet but powerful shift that has already begun in places you cannot yet see. For a long time, you have felt like you were pushing against resistance, like every step forward required double the effort, like doors only opened halfway and then closed again. That season was not meant to break you, it was meant to refine you. You were being shaped into someone who could carry more without collapsing under the weight of it. Overflow requires capacity, and capacity is built in hidden seasons. You have asked for more, but more requires growth. You have prayed for expansion, but expansion requires stretching. Think about the moments when you felt alone, when you felt misunderstood, when you felt like your efforts were invisible. Those were the moments when your character was being strengthened. Those were the days when you learned patience instead of impulsiveness, wisdom instead of reaction, faith instead of fear. You did not realize it at the time, but you were being prepared for responsibility. Overflow is not just about receiving, it is about stewarding what you receive. When increase comes into your life, you will not mishandle it, because you have already learned the value of what you once lacked. There were opportunities that did not work out, and at the time you felt disappointed, even confused. You wondered why something that looked perfect slipped away. But what you could not see was that those closed doors were protection. Not every opportunity is alignment. Not every person who smiles at you is meant to walk beside you. Not every path that looks promising is designed for your destiny. The season you are entering will bring clarity about past confusion. You will begin to understand why certain things fell apart. You will see that what felt like loss was actually redirection. And once you see it clearly, you will feel gratitude instead of regret. This season of overflow will also challenge the way you think about yourself. For too long, you have doubted your worth. You have questioned whether you are capable enough, smart enough, strong enough, or worthy enough. You have compared your journey to others and felt behind. But overflow cannot enter a mind that is constantly rejecting itself. You are being invited to see yourself the way heaven sees you. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are chosen to walk a path that is uniquely yours, and comparison only distracts you from that truth. When you stop measuring your life against someone else's timeline, you begin to see how much progress you have already made. There will be restoration in your confidence. You will start to speak differently. You will carry yourself differently. You will stop apologizing for taking up space. The timid version of you that shrank to keep others comfortable is fading away. You are learning to stand firmly without arrogance, to speak truth without aggression, to shine without guilt. Overflow requires you to step fully into who you were created to be. The days of hiding are ending. The days of waiting for permission are ending. The season of stepping forward has begun. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, there will be alignment. This does not mean everything will instantly become perfect, but it does mean momentum will shift. You will notice small improvements first. A conversation that opens a door. An idea that sparks inspiration. A sense of peace where anxiety once ruled. These are signs of movement. Do not despise small beginnings. Overflow often starts as a trickle before it becomes a stream. Be faithful with what is small, and it will multiply in time. Relationships will also shift in this season. Some connections will grow stronger because they are rooted in authenticity and mutual growth. Others may fade because they were built on convenience or fear. Do not chase what is trying to leave. If someone cannot celebrate your growth, they cannot remain in your overflow. You are not meant to shrink so others feel secure. You are meant to grow, and those who are aligned with you will grow alongside you. Release with grace. Hold on with wisdom. Choose peace over drama. Choose maturity over reaction. There is also a healing that is taking place in your heart. Old wounds that you thought were permanent are beginning to close. Forgiveness is not about pretending nothing happened, it is about freeing yourself from the weight of what did. Overflow cannot flow into a heart that is full of bitterness. As you let go of resentment, space is created for joy. As you release anger, peace takes its place. Healing is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. You are being strengthened from within so that what comes next does not overwhelm you. In this season, you will also recognize your gifts more clearly. Talents you ignored will resurface. Passions you buried will come alive again. The ideas that kept coming to your mind were not random. They were hints. They were invitations. Do not ignore them anymore. What seems small now may become significant later. What feels like a simple idea may carry the seed of something life-changing. Trust the nudges. Trust the inner promptings that lead you toward growth instead of comfort. There will be moments when fear tries to return. It will whisper that this is too good to last, that you should expect disappointment, that you should prepare for loss. But you must remember that fear thrives on past pain, not present truth. Your future is not obligated to repeat your past. Just because something failed before does not mean it will fail again. Just because someone hurt you before does not mean everyone will. Overflow requires courage. Courage to believe again. Courage to try again. Courage to trust again. You are also stepping into a season of discernment. You will sense when something is aligned and when it is not. Pay attention to that inner peace. If something disturbs your spirit repeatedly, do not ignore it. If something feels forced, step back. Overflow does not require manipulation. It flows naturally when things are aligned. Learn to trust the quiet signals within you. They are guidance. Your mindset about abundance is changing. You once believed there was never enough. You once felt like you had to compete for everything. But overflow teaches you that what is meant for you will not pass you by. You do not need to fight for what is already prepared for you. Walk confidently. Move wisely. Remain humble. And trust that the right doors will open at the right time. This is not just a temporary uplift. This is a shift in trajectory. Your decisions from this point forward will carry more impact. Your words will carry more weight. Your actions will influence more than you realize. That is why this season calls for awareness. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Stay focused. Do not let distraction pull you away from your purpose. Overflow must be protected with discipline and gratitude. You have been in a long season of waiting. Waiting tests patience. Waiting tests faith. But waiting also builds endurance. And now, as movement begins, do not rush. Allow things to unfold naturally. Trust timing. Trust process. Trust that the same power that sustained you in the waiting will guide you in the receiving. You are stepping into a season where gratitude will unlock even more doors. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what is present. Instead of dwelling on what has not yet happened, celebrate what already has. Gratitude changes perspective. Perspective changes experience. And experience shapes destiny. The more thankful you become, the more clearly you will see how much has already shifted in your favor. Remember this deeply. Overflow is not just about what you gain, it is about who you become. You are becoming wiser, stronger, more confident, more grounded, more aware. The person you are becoming is capable of handling the blessing that is coming. That is why the preparation took time. That is why the lessons were necessary. Nothing was wasted. So, stand firm. Believe boldly. Move forward without fear. This is your season of overflow, not because you are perfect, but because you have been prepared. Not because life will be easy, but because you are stronger than you think. Not because everything will always go your way, but because you now have the wisdom to navigate whatever comes. Let these words settle in your spirit. Reflect on how far you have come. Reflect on what you have overcome. Reflect on the growth that has taken place even when you felt stuck. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were even a few months ago. Growth has happened quietly, and now results will begin to show outwardly. Stay expectant. Stay open. Stay faithful. Overflow is not chasing you to overwhelm you, it is aligning with you because you are ready. And as you step into this new chapter, carry this assurance with you. You are supported, you are guided, and you are entering a season that will reveal just how far you have truly come. Focus no longer holds the same power. You are learning the art of protecting your energy and guarding your peace. This protection is necessary because overflow attracts attention. When your life begins to expand, not everyone will understand the changes. Some will celebrate you genuinely, while others may watch quietly, confused by how things shifted for you. Do not let external reactions shape your internal confidence. Stay anchored in humility and gratitude. Remember who sustained you when things were quiet and slow. Remember the nights you questioned yourself and still chose to believe. The overflow coming into your life is not limited to one area. It will touch your mindset, your relationships, your finances, your opportunities, and your emotional stability. However, it will unfold gradually so that you can adjust to it. Sudden growth without preparation can overwhelm a person, but you have been prepared carefully. Think about how much you have learned in the last year alone. You have learned when to speak and when to stay silent. You have learned when to hold on and when to let go. You have learned that not every battle deserves your energy. Those lessons were not random experiences, they were training. And now, as doors begin to open, you will walk through them with wisdom instead of impulsiveness. Your relationships will reveal new depth in this season. The people who are aligned with your future will feel lighter to be around. Conversations will become more meaningful. Support will feel genuine rather than forced. At the same time, some connections may slowly fade, not because of conflict, but because your paths are no longer moving in the same direction. Do not resist natural transitions. Growth sometimes creates distance, and that distance is not always negative. It is alignment at work. Release anyone who cannot grow with you without bitterness. Hold space for those who truly care about your journey. Overflow does not mean you carry everyone forward. It means you walk forward with those who are meant to be beside you. You will also notice a transformation in how you handle challenges. Problems that once would have shaken your confidence will now be approached with calm thinking and strategic action. Instead of reacting emotionally, you will pause, reflect, and respond wisely. This shift is a sign of maturity. Overflow does not remove challenges completely, but it equips you with the strength to navigate them without losing yourself. You will find solutions faster. You will make decisions with more clarity. You will trust your instincts without needing constant validation from others. Financially, the season ahead holds improvement, but it will require responsibility. When increase comes, manage it wisely. Do not allow sudden growth to lead to careless decisions. Plan carefully. Invest in stability. Think long-term. The overflow meant for you is not temporary, it is designed to establish something lasting. The discipline you practiced during seasons of limitation will now serve you during seasons of expansion. What you once learned about budgeting, patience, and delayed gratification will protect your progress. Emotionally, you are entering a calmer chapter. The anxiety that once followed you daily is losing its grip. The self-doubt that whispered constantly is becoming quieter. You are discovering that peace is not found in perfect circumstances but in steady trust. When your thoughts begin to spiral, you now recognize it sooner. When negativity tries to return, you challenge it with truth instead of accepting it as reality. This mental strength is one of the greatest forms of overflow you can experience, because peace is priceless. With a peaceful mind, you make better decisions. With a stable heart, you build healthier relationships. With emotional clarity, you move through life with balance. Your creativity will also increase in this season. Ideas will come more frequently. Inspiration will strike unexpectedly. Do not dismiss these moments as random thoughts. Write them down. Explore them. Test them. The overflow you are stepping into may be connected to something you create, build, or initiate. Trust your innovative side. Even if others do not immediately understand your vision, continue refining it. Many breakthroughs begin as ideas that only one person believes in at first. There is also a restoration of joy taking place within you. You will begin to laugh more freely. You will find excitement in small victories. You will appreciate moments you once overlooked. Joy is a sign of healing. When you can celebrate without fear of losing what you have, you know growth has taken place. Allow yourself to enjoy progress. Allow yourself to feel proud of how far you have come. You have earned the right to acknowledge your own effort. As overflow increases, discipline must increase as well. Stay consistent in habits that strengthen you. Continue learning. Continue improving. Continue seeking wisdom. Do not let comfort make you complacent. Growth is not a destination, it is a continuous process. Even in seasons of abundance, remain teachable. Remain grounded. Remain aware that everything you receive carries responsibility. There may still be moments when you question whether you deserve what is happening. That is old thinking trying to resurface. Replace it with gratitude. Replace it with confidence. Replace it with the understanding that you have worked, endured, and grown for this moment. You are not stealing someone else's blessing. You are walking into your own. The overflow ahead is not just about material gain, it is about expansion of influence and impact. You will inspire others without even trying. Your story will encourage someone who feels stuck. Your resilience will remind someone else not to quit. The lessons you learned in silence will become guidance for others who are still in their waiting season. Do not underestimate the value of your journey. What felt ordinary to you may become extraordinary encouragement to someone else. Continue aligning your actions with your purpose. Continue protecting your peace. Continue trusting the process. The season of overflow is not about sudden chaos, it is about steady elevation. Each step forward will feel more stable than the last. Each breakthrough will feel earned rather than forced. You will look back and realize that every setback shaped you perfectly for this stage. Stay humble. Stay focused. Stay grateful. You are not stepping into overflow by coincidence. You are stepping into it because you chose growth over comfort, faith over fear, discipline over distraction. And as you continue walking forward, you will see that this season is not a temporary highlight, it is a new foundation built on everything you have learned so far. You have come further than you realize, and this final stretch of the journey into overflow is not about speed, it is about stability, maturity, and alignment. The reason your season is shifting now is because you are no longer the same person who once prayed only for escape from struggle. You are now someone who understands growth, who respects timing, and who values preparation. The overflow you are stepping into will not simply change your circumstances, it will refine your character even more deeply. You are being elevated, but elevation always demands balance. As opportunities expand, your discernment must expand. As influence increases, your humility must increase. As blessings multiply, your gratitude must multiply even more. This is not pressure, this is preparation for something sustainable and lasting. In this stage of your life, clarity will become sharper than ever before. You will begin to recognize patterns you once ignored. You will see clearly who genuinely supports you and who only supports the idea of you. This awareness will not make you bitter, it will make you wiser. Overflow requires protection, and protection begins with awareness. You will naturally distance yourself from environments that drain you and gravitate toward spaces that energize you. This shift will feel calm, not dramatic. You will no longer feel the need to explain every decision. You will simply choose peace. And in choosing peace consistently, you will notice how your energy becomes more focused, your thinking becomes more strategic, and your progress becomes more consistent. The season ahead will also strengthen your leadership, whether you see yourself as a leader or not. Leadership is not always about titles, it is about influence, example, and responsibility. People will begin to look to you for guidance because they can sense the stability within you. Your calm responses, your disciplined habits, and your balanced perspective will quietly inspire others. You will realize that the overflow in your life is not meant to be hidden, it is meant to demonstrate what consistency and faith can produce over time. Do not shy away from this responsibility. Embrace it with humility. Speak with wisdom. Act with integrity. The way you handle this season will shape how long it lasts. Your mindset will be your greatest asset. There will be moments when growth accelerates and you feel slightly uncomfortable because it stretches you beyond familiar limits. Instead of retreating, lean into that stretch. Growth feels uncomfortable before it feels natural. The expansion of your vision may require new skills, new connections, and new routines. Be willing to learn. Be willing to adapt. Be willing to refine your approach. Overflow is not static, it is dynamic. It flows toward those who remain flexible and teachable. When you encounter something unfamiliar, do not interpret it as a threat. Interpret it as preparation for the next level. You will also begin to notice that the fears that once controlled your decisions have lost their intensity. The fear of failure will not paralyze you the way it once did. The fear of judgment will not silence your ideas the way it once did. You are becoming anchored internally, and that anchor allows you to move boldly without being reckless. This balance between courage and caution will protect your progress. You will take calculated steps rather than impulsive leaps. You will trust your intuition while still applying wisdom. That combination is powerful. It allows you to grow steadily without burning out or losing focus. In your personal life, there will be restoration and strengthening. Communication will improve. Boundaries will become healthier. You will understand that saying no to what drains you is just as important as saying yes to what builds you. Relationships that are meant to remain will deepen because you are now operating from a place of self-awareness rather than insecurity. When you know your value, you do not beg for validation. When you respect your time, you do not waste it trying to prove yourself unnecessarily. This quiet confidence will change the way people interact with you. Respect will increase naturally because you respect yourself first. Financially and professionally, this stage will emphasize stewardship. Increase is coming, but it must be managed wisely. You will feel motivated to organize your plans more clearly, to structure your goals more effectively, and to build systems that support long-term growth. This is not about chasing quick success, it is about establishing something that endures. The overflow you are entering is not meant to disappear after a short season. It is meant to create stability. Continue making decisions that your future self will thank you for. Continue investing time into learning and improving. Continue strengthening the skills that separate you from average results. There will also be moments of reflection where you look back at your past struggles with a different perspective. What once felt unfair will now appear formative. What once felt like delay will now appear like protection. You will see that certain closed doors kept you from distractions. Certain setbacks kept you from premature exposure. Certain disappointments redirected you toward better alignment. This awareness will replace frustration with gratitude. Instead of asking why things happened the way they did, you will begin to appreciate how everything contributed to who you have become. Emotionally, you are stepping into steadiness. Your reactions will be measured. Your thoughts will be clearer. Your confidence will feel grounded rather than forced. Even when unexpected challenges arise, you will not collapse under pressure. You will respond with composure. This emotional maturity is one of the strongest indicators that overflow is not only external but internal as well. When peace exists inside you, circumstances lose their power to destabilize you easily. That internal stability will allow you to handle growth without arrogance and handle obstacles without despair. Spiritually, your connection will feel more personal and less performative. You will seek depth over appearance. Your quiet moments of reflection will become more meaningful. You will recognize guidance not through noise, but through subtle conviction and clarity. This deeper alignment will influence every decision you make. You will feel less pulled by trends and more guided by purpose. Overflow becomes sustainable when it is rooted in alignment rather than ego. Continue cultivating that inner alignment. It will protect you from distractions disguised as opportunities. As you continue walking forward, remember that overflow is not about comparison. Do not measure your progress against someone else's timeline. Your path is unique. Your preparation was specific. Your timing is intentional. Celebrate your growth without feeling the need to compete. The blessings meant for you cannot be intercepted by someone else. They are aligned with your obedience, your discipline, and your perseverance. Trust that what is unfolding is tailored to your journey. In this stage, consistency will matter more than excitement. There will be days that feel ordinary, but those ordinary days are building extraordinary results. Show up anyway. Continue the habits that strengthened you when no one was watching. Continue the mindset that helped you survive uncertainty. Continue the discipline that kept you moving when motivation was low. Overflow is sustained by consistency. It is not a single event, it is a lifestyle built over time. You are not entering this season by accident. You are entering it because you endured what could have broken you and chose growth instead. You faced doubt and kept moving. You encountered delays and kept preparing. You experienced disappointment and kept believing. That resilience shaped you for expansion. Now, as doors open and opportunities increase, walk forward confidently. Remain humble. Remain grateful. Remain disciplined. The season of overflow is not a temporary highlight, it is a new chapter defined by stability, wisdom, and intentional progress. And as you continue moving with focus and faith, you will see that everything you once prayed for is unfolding in ways more balanced and sustainable than you ever imagined. If this message touched your heart even a little, don't stay silent. Type Amen in the comments as a sign of faith and agreement. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe now, because this message was not random, it was meant for you.